intriguing today, mate, for international boxing. And I'm joined by Frank Smith. I mean, Frank, sensational.
Frank the bank.
Oh, yes.
Where's the money at?
There we go. No, I got that. It's in that bag, isn't it? See you later.
Frank, sensational knockout performance by Dalton Smith to win the Commonwealth and British Super Lightweight titles.
Yeah, brilliant. Look, unbelievable. It's exactly what Dalton needed. You know, he's had frustrating times where people have expected more in previous fights, and he needed that kind of standout performance tonight. And we all knew what Dalton had in him to deliver a performance like that. So, you know, so happy for him because it's a big night for him, and it's the start of something. Not the start, but really now he can kick on to some big nights in Sheffield.
Definitely. How far are we away from kind of a night in Hillsborough, kind of a world title eliminator maybe? How far are we away from that?
Look, I think for Hillsborough we need a world title. We need a world title challenge. You know, I think that's the kind of fight we need for Hillsborough. You know, and I'm very confident we can get it done. We've been speaking to the club for a while now with Dalton's team, and you know, I think that's natural. That's the natural path for us. We did it with KO at Sheffield United, and you know, those stadium events are so special. So you know, look, it's definitely in our plans, and probably at some point next year.
You mentioned the European title there. Obviously, you've got kind of Liam Paro, you've got Jack Cattrall, you've got all those names. There's a lot of domestic super lightweights as well who Dalton could step up against. Is the European title kind of the ideal step next?
Yeah, look, possibly. We'll speak to the team. You know, there was discussions as well about potentially stepping up to the world level after this as well. So look, we'll see what the best option is for Dalton Smith. But you know, there's big fights to be made out there for him, and he's ready to go.
Definitely, and we look forward to seeing it. I do want to kind of move on to look at the WoodWarrington Kholmatov kind of triangle.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in the week, highly unlikely that the City ground will be finalised. Saw your conversation with Colm about grass, very interesting.
Yeah.
But kind of, and Kholmatov adamant he's not going to take a step aside. Any updates on that?
No, look, the discussions are ongoing, but you know, hopefully this week we'll get somewhere with it all. We want to make Wood against Warrington. It's a massive fight, and we believe we'll get it over the line hopefully this week.
Perfect. I mean, if kind of obviously that might not be able to finalise a belt, if kind of that's the point of Warrington kind of fighting Leigh, could we see Cordina Warrington? I was speaking to Charlie Sims in the week. He was very confident, very happy with that fight for Joe.
Look, I think that's an interesting fight for the winner. You know, we want to focus on making WoodWarrington for the belt, and then that's a very interesting fight for the winner maybe, you know, next year. So let's see, you know, step by step. So much going on every day in the sport, but WoodWarrington's our focus, and then yeah, the Cordina fight. Now our aim is to get Cordina back out end of September in a defence of his title, and then that's a great fight for next year.
Definitely. Is it looking at Zelfa Barrett for that fight?
I don't know. Look, you know, there's a lot of names going back and forward. Zelfa's one we've put forward. Let's see. You know, I think domestic fights are good because they build a lot of interest. You know, sometimes bringing over a sort of more unknown opponent, but it doesn't. You know, we obviously promote Zelfa and Joe, so you know we have to do the right job by both of them. But we're working back and forward with Joe and his team, and we'll have news soon.
Perfectly, and I know kind of news on this kind of changes all the time, but AJ Whyte, AJ Wilder, is there any updates on those two things?
Not yet. I said 24 hours, or maybe I meant 48, but we're working as hard as we can to try and get something out there, and you know, hopefully some news soon.
Perfect. Has Boxing Day ever been mentioned as a potential date for those?
No, look, we were looking at December, maybe it could be January, but let's see how things play out. Again, conversations ongoing on that front.
Perfect. And my final two, Cameron Taylor 2 likely at the 3 Arena for November?
Yeah, we'll look at 3 Arena in Dublin. You know, it was a special night, and Chantelle went out there and she delivered a spectacular performance. Yeah, it was a great night, and looking forward to creating another special event.
Perfect. And Dmitry Bivol as well. Obviously, I know you're the lead promoter for Dmitry Bivol as well. Could we see him fighting in Chicago?
Possibly. It's one thing we looked at. I spoke to Dimitri's manager Vadim earlier, and you know, we're working to get something up and running for sort of October time for him. And then, you know, eyes set for sure on trying to make the undisputed fight. You know, Callum Smith goes and challenges Artur Beterbiev on August 19th. And then, you know, maybe that's a fight we look at for Dmitry.
Definitely. And could McCaskill Ryan, obviously we know it's signed, huge fight for kind of boxing, not just women's boxing as well. Could that fight potentially land on the Bivol card?
Yeah, possibly. Or, you know, we're looking at doing a card in September and October, so around that sort of time in the US, that's where it's planned for.
Perfect. Frank Smith, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Thank you.